Kalike Namaha. To book your consultation, please visit my website. And if you'd like more exclusive occult videos that I don't post on YouTube, please subscribe to my Patreon. It also helps to support this channel. Okay, let's get into this video. So this is about the new moon that will be happening in Scorpio in Anuradha Nakshatra. And this will be happening on November 30th or December 1st, depending on where you live. So Scorpio denotes secrecy. It's what's hidden from plain view, like the occult or unseen forces, decaying, or the things that need to die off, like death. But death is only a transformation or rebirth. It also is insurance, taxes, crime, the underworld, police, shared resources, inheritances, going deep into the psychological issues that we may have or face. In the Vedas, there's a story of Vishwamitra who challenges sage Vashita. So Vishwamitra used all his weapons that he could against the sage, but they were rendered useless against the sage's staff. So he was able to defend himself just by his staff. It's a magical staff. Now in the story, the Brahmastra was used against the sage, which is likened to a nuclear weapon because it has the ability to wipe out everything. For those who study Tantra, this is the power of Dhumavati, Ketu, to destroy. Now, I'm not saying this to scare people, but I'm bringing awareness to this issue. If you listen to the story carefully, the staff won. So in the matters of war, this is a bit unsettling. So something will be used to protect itself against a mass weapon. Saturn rules this nakshatra, which is in the 4th house, in Aquarius, which will protect the population, but there are still major attacks and defense measures taken. Mars is very strong. Jupiter is opposing it. The moon is reflecting anger and the retaliation of Mars. Warlike activities are still going on, so we have to be aware. So I'm not saying that there will be a nuclear bomb or anything like that, but this is just showing that the matters of war will intensify and people will have to protect themselves. Now, this is represented by the lotus, which gives knowledge and enlightenment. So there's a chance that the talks of nuclear weapons is thought about again and is decided as not the best idea or the best defense measures in place. So Mercury is in retrograde in the matters of crime and war, which are being rethought. So that's my optimistic view on it. This is the muddy waters where Scorpio resides, the lotus flower where it blooms inside the muddy waters. This is in the 5th house of Russia's chart, which is aspecting its moon, which is conjunct its natal sun. This can show the mentality of the leader, hopefully gain some wisdom. But I'm thinking optimistically. This nakshatra can symbolize a triumph in a new goal that you have succeeded in. Unfortunately for innocent people, this may be in the matters of war. For individuals, this can be in the matters of law, dharma, higher education and learning, long distance traveling, especially involving women and families, and also in the matters of home and possessions. Some may feel restricted by their home life or limited in some way, and maybe because they must stay with a relative for a while, because people are traveling for the holidays right now. Friendships, alliances, and groups may be a little rocky at this time and can go through some ups and downs, possibly some turmoil due to anger, frustration, conflicts. And this can be in the matters of family as well. Aggressive acts and crime will be on the rise. Retaliation in homelands in order to protect themselves. Enemies can come together to achieve a goal, and also this will happen in war. Many will be rebelling against the government and leaders as they see the lies in the media and the propaganda. The best utilization of this nakshatra is learning, gaining and sharing wisdom with friends, groups, and music, as this is ruled by Saraswati. Uncovering secrets. This is the truth seeker nakshatra, using numerology, gematria, math, statistics to uncover conspiracies. And the power of worship is also very important as we use hidden occult knowledge to help society. This is the power of Radhana Shakti, the power of worship and devotion. There's a possibility of major weather disasters. Anuradha translates into another Radha or after Radha. Its alternative meaning is success. So the staff here being the main symbol, which is power and protection, like I mentioned, is why the sage carried this. So a lot of themes about that, but a lot of people not feeling protected because Mars is in Cancer. Mercury is considered to be the Maraka position in Scorpio, which is the death-like position where it doesn't have the ability to function well. It is also in retrograde and combust right now, conjunct its enemy Moon. And Saturn is also aspecting the Moon here and the Sun, which are both enemies, in the first house. Mercury is in Jesta Nakshatra, which is police and crimes, and it's the eldest that helps the most vulnerable. So since it has little power, the vulnerable might not feel protected. This is all about protection. Jupiter's enemies with Mercury making almost an exact conjunction. There can be a major transformation in the ways that we communicate, with communication, transport, problems in travel, especially among alliances and groups between countries. This can potentially cause miscommunication and affect the matters to do with money and resources. For one, Jupiter may give opportunities to replace this as it aspects the Moon, which can bring in sources of wealth. But the Moon is in detriment here, and Mars is in Cancer, which is making a mutual exchange. Because of this mutual exchange, it's making Mars very strong and can bring out the matters of war, like the last Moon in Aries. The difference being that this matter can be more on the criminal side, hidden aggression, which can be towards the leaders, secrets uncovered, celebrities, those in high authority positions. So how we have Jupiter aspecting the Moon, that is usually a good yoga. So there can be some ups, but there can be a lot of downs as well. It's really going to depend on the individual's karma. But overall, it's not the best Moon. Now, these authority figures can be acting very aggressively when it comes to their homelands. The population might feel suppressed in some way. They want to move forward, but they feel held back. Now, what I explained about the trade between countries is what's happening already with the announcement of the potential tariffs in the US. Now, that's going to greatly affect many countries, and it's going to increase the price of a lot of things. So this is why many countries are retaliating or having plans to retaliate back and impose these same sanctions. That's what I'm seeing here. That's already happening, and this will continue. So we must monitor our emotions so that we don't feel jealousy, wanting to take a revenge on others, possessiveness, or obsessiveness, because we might encounter these types of people in our workplace and our career at this time, trying to take down our own reputation. Secrets at the workplace may come out, secrets about leaders, mothers, and religious leaders. So guard your reputation, but also don't you be that person that is in jealousy as well, because this is all ego. Now, there can be information that is leaked through social groups, friends, alliances, social media, that can cause a break or split up from your groups. Venus is in the second house in Uttara Ashadha. So victory can come in the matters of spirituality. Money can come from this and occult matters. Losses or endings in family over money matters for some, but there can also be a gain because there is a mutual exchange here between the 7th and the 2nd house. So spending time with family or having a partner meet your family, it's a good time. Family businesses may profit from this, and it's good for businesses or entrepreneurs. A Jupiter in the 7th house in retrograde, this is good for finance or for multiple opportunities in business for a solid foundation. But this can also bring people having multiple partners. Laws may come into place that really affect people because we have Mars in detriment in the 9th house. That affects women as well and the safety of others. The K2 and 11 showing a split in alliances, as some may have to part ways. There can be protests in the matters of war, huge protests, rebelling against the government. This is people finding out the truth, rebelling against it, and against the leaders, celebrities as well. Now, Mercury is in retrograde until December 15th. So problems with phone companies, communication, saying the wrong thing or not being able to communicate properly, airport problems, frustration, delays when traveling, cyber attacks, crime, reviewing police matters and matters of crime will happen as well. Now, this is a Pitra Nakshatra, so we have to be careful of excess heat within the body. So avoid spicy foods and channel this energy by working out or doing yoga. It's very important at this time. This is in the fourth pada. So this will give you a lot of energy to pursue goals, but it has to be channeled constructively. And that may be difficult for some as Mars is in detriment. People will be very emotional at this time. So the professions this will include are occultists, anyone who deals with psychic work, astrologers, for example, anyone who works at night, photographers, the cinema, musicians, artists, promoters, counselors, scientists, numerologists, people do gematria, mathematicians, factory workers, anything dealing with foreign countries, like we're seeing with the war, travel and foreigners. So that would be like immigration policies and all profession requiring group activity. So that's just a little bit about what I see. I thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next one.